It was a big series. First place battle of Kingsville. You take 2 out of 3. Your thoughts overall on the weekend?
Well, it was a really good weekend for us, no doubt about it. We needed that. When you kind of look forward to regional rankings coming out, I think this will be the first week this week, and we were probably on the outside looking in, and with the performance that we had this weekend, I feel like we're going to be somewhere right there at the borderline. We may be in, we may be out, but we definitely helped our cause this weekend, and just proud of the girls, the way they played, being senior weekend, and for those two seniors, Taylor and Tegan, to go out and with huge wins is always a special thing as well.
Speaking of Tegan, talk about the fight of the team. First one, get down a little bit, make a late game comeback to win game 1, walk off for Tegan, and there was one play that it was a pop-up right in front of the home plate. Tegan couldn't quite get it, but on all fours, she crawled to get the out, just absolutely no quit in the team.
Yeah, she had a great day. There's no doubt about it. She threw out their leadoff hitter there in the first inning, who's got 31 stolen bases. She leads the conference in stolen bases, and the first time she tries to go, Tegan throws her out, fairly easily, and that's it. They don't run again the rest of the weekend. So anytime you can shut down a team's running game, that's big. That helps your defense tremendously, and she's just such a weapon back there behind the plate. And then, they tried to squeeze bunt, I think is what it was, and I don't even remember exactly what it was or if it was a pop-up, but yeah, she made a great play there. They laid down a bunt in first and second, and it was right there at home plate. She came up and got the force out at third, so just a couple of really big plays. And then, of course, to have the walk-off double, to win the game there was huge, and for her, it ties the career double record with Alex Dean with 65 career doubles. So, when you tie records and you break records, it's, sometimes it's meaningless, but it's going to be something she's never going to forget, knowing that she won the game in a walk-off fashion with that career tying double.
So now you go from the first place team to on the road to a weaker team in the conference, but it still had their moments where they've been a really tough team to beat. How do you use this Kingsville series kind of as a launch board into this one and for the rest of the season?
Well, I just feel like we should be playing with a ton of confidence going forward, and we know that we don't have the cushion. When you look at regional rankings, we don't have the cushion to go out and give up games that we're not supposed to, or that we're supposed to win. So we got to stay sharp, play with confidence, and come back home with 3 wins. We just have to. Coach Apo Cocker is a former player of ours here at Angelo State, great player in her day here at Angelo State, and she's working hard there at Kingsville or at Western New Mexico, and it's going to be great to see her again. But I need to hand her 3 losses this week. As many games as she helped me win, she needs to make sure that we get 3 more wins this weekend.
So last week you mentioned that you were going to start throwing in some younger girls, kind of see what you got. What was your overall assessment of some of the younger players you got to see?
Well, our freshmen were just outstanding this weekend. They really were. You take the top part of our order, and there's a lot of experience. There's a lot of championship experience, World Series experience there at the top. But then when you go to the bottom, it's a lot of your freshmen or kids who have been here but just haven't got a lot of at-bats. And, you take Megan Gordon, she's a junior. And she's been a key role for us the past 2 years as a pinch runner primarily, or defensive substitution, but not a ton of at-bats. And she's having a real solid year with getting a lot of at-bats down there in that 7 or 8 hole. And then you go to our freshmen, Avery Ziegler and Ashlyn Lerma, and this weekend Logan Graham was just huge. Logan just had a phenomenal weekend. Robbed them of a 2-run home run in the first game. And we won that game by 1 run, so that's huge. And then I can't remember what game it was. I guess it was the second game that they hit. They hit what was going to be a grand slam, and she wasn't able to catch it, but it was going to be a grand slam, and she got up there and pulled it back in. And Courtney Barnhill was right there on the 1 hop and got it back in. They only scored 1 run. So just phenomenal defensive performances. And then to top it off, in game 3, she has a double in the second inning to give us the lead up 2-1, and they hit a 3-run home run to put us down 3-2, and then she hits a 2-run home run after Karina Roach's grand slam to give us the 8-3 lead. So I think she was 2 for 3 maybe that game, and Avery was 3 for 4, something like that. Ashlyn Lerma had great at-bats in game 1 before Tegan's double that won it. Ashlyn tied it up with a bases loaded or runners on second, third squeeze bunt, and laid it down perfectly. Was able to beat it out, and I believe that scored Avery Ziegler, another freshman. So those girls were huge for us, and they got a bright future ahead, and we loved what we saw out of them this weekend.
Cool. Appreciate it, Coach.
All right.
Thank you.